Hello everybody and welcome back to my next episode in our series of Let's Play Stellaris. Today we are looking at our empire, the Shadewalker Imperium again. In our last episode we colonised our first planet and we even had an encounter with some Xenos. So let's see what today is going to hold for us. I think the plan for today is going to be to expand a little bit more. We're going to want to try and find out who our Xeno neighbours are, maybe make an alliance, or quite possibly not. We're gonna wanna maybe conquer these primitives, or at least claim the system, and just do a bit of expanding. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, let's get the game rolling. So this is our homeworld excavation. So that's what we need a scientist for, and hopefully we'll have a fresh science ship on the go for that in a minute. We do have a colony ship ready, so I'm going to send him there. And we'll want to hire another scientist.
Anomaly found.
Okay. So
Anomaly found.
don't want to do that anomaly yet. The reason I keep skipping over anomalies is that when you have a higher science income, you're more likely to get a better reward in terms of science from those anomalies. So it helps to wait and not do them in your first few years.
Technology secure.
So I can't really afford to cycle through leaders and look for an archaeologist here. So I'm just going to have to pick up one of these scientists, probably the meticulous one, and I'm going to want to just sell some resources real quick just to get that 200 that I need to do that. So let's go ahead and hire the meticulous guy, stick him in our science ship and send him to the homeworld. He's already there, but he will be doing our homeworld excavation in the Vale. Easier to just click on the system. It looks like our edict has expired as well, so our first non-human sacrifice. Everybody's forgot about that now. So we'll want to do another sacrifice as soon as we can. That will limit our expansion a little bit. That's the question. Do we go for the expansion first, or do we go for the sacrifice for that happiness increase? It is going to cost a bit more to do our expansion, but I do want to get that colony down ASAP, so I think what I'll do is I'll save up for the expansion and then we'll do a human sacrifice a bit later on. So our second colony hasn't quite grown yet, and our empire capital is filling up with unemployment. So I'm going to want to build a city district here and just unlock another district spot. And then as soon as that's unlocked, I'll want to put down another research lab. Now I need to make sure I've got enough minerals to build that clone vat as soon as Shadow Gloom has developed. So let's continue and see where we get to. In terms of research, I will want to go for some tech that will help us in any sort of upcoming war situation. I think I'm going to come back and survey that system, see what's going on there, and we'll continue our prosperity. I'm going to go for this one for the extra specialist pop output, and that'll hopefully push our science up a little bit. Again, leaving the anomalies until later. Our colony ship's there ready, but we haven't got enough influence to expand quite yet.
Construction complete.
And what we want to do is try and expand out and take some of these choke points before our neighbours do. If we can't, then we'll just have to make do with what we've got. So we're going to continue our efforts to find out who our Xeno neighbours are. This is an interesting little kite setup here with some sort of black hole, maybe. Oh yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if this does expand out any further, or if this is like a little closed section. Let's send our construction ship here ready, so we can nab that as soon as it is available. And I might start. Yes, so this is the problem with Clone Army, is that you just grow so quickly. So I am gonna turn that back on, just so that we don't get too much unhappiness from unemployment. And I guess at least it pushes up our admin cap, so that we're not too far over our Empire Sprawl. But that city district should be done soon, and then we'll get another research lab down. So it's like a quick focus on tech at the beginning of the game, and that'll help us get some decent ships out that we can then go and try and conquer our neighbours with.
Anomaly found.
So we'll put a research lab down. So that one's on our capital. And we are still waiting for the Shadow Gloom to develop. It will take a little while. So let's have a look. We have 11 influence left, so we'll get that pretty soon. Our excavation is still continuing on our home world, so eventually we will come to a decision, a genetic crossroads, and we'll have to decide what we do with that, and whether we stay as our brilliant clone soldiers, or whether we learn how to reproduce. Something we can't do at the moment. So we've got another archaeological site here, gas giant structure. I'm not really sure what this one does, but we might want to come out and take that system as well, just so that we can do that. Oh, and we've got a hostile fleet. So let's have a look, see what we've got here. And we've got what looks to be ancient mining drones. So they will be a bit of a hindrance in that system for a little while, but that's fine. We can work around them. I'm going to come to this one here, survey that system, and queue him up to look at this system as well. So we've got a few interesting things going on in our immediate space at the moment. Run this way, and then over to here. Okay, so more unemployment in the capital. Wow. Right, so Shadow Gloom has started to develop, and the first thing we want to do is chuck down that ancient clone vat. I'm also going to follow up immediately with the sacrificial temple, and then we will probably want to start expanding there. I should have enough influence now to claim this system, so I'm going to do that. And let's get our colony ship ready in orbit of the guaranteed habitable planet here. So it's a tundra world, which is our preference this time round. Nice cold environment for that necro species type. So let's claim that system and get our other colony up and running. We will want to, so that science lab was a good timely build, because it means it's going to give us some employment opportunities on our planet. So this is the problem that comes up if you don't have your clone vats, or you don't have enough clone vats, is that your population will just die. And what we want to do is make sure that we get this clone vat in before the population decays on the planet, otherwise we'll have to recolonize. That's why it's really important to get your clone vats down ASAP. Now the big limiter that we're going to come across is that we can only have 5 clone vats in total. We've already got 2 on our capital here. We've got 1 on this colony, and we'll need to put 1 on this colony, so that leaves us with 1 extra. And we probably want to stick that onto our Empire capital so that we can have a few more pops on there. Unless we find another planet, which is good for us, but probably not. We'll want to stick it onto our Empire capital and get a couple more researcher jobs.
Anomaly found.
We are not doing anomalies, my friend. Debating whether I get another science ship, but we're doing okay. I've got a slight idea of where to expand now, so probably maybe here, here, and here, or here. Although we'll want to probably push up this way early to lock off anything from these guys. So these guys are building a space station. Oh, they have built a space station up in this system, so we will want to come up and grab this system as soon as we can. So I'm going to send this guy up ready. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it. This guy is a construction ship, which he is. I don't think I've got enough influence to get this system, so that kind of limits us, but it does give us an early war target, so that's something possibly to work towards. So we're probably going to want to have a look at our ship designer and have a look at what we've got. We don't have a lot of tech yet, so the basic design is probably going to be as good as we're going to get, but we will create our own design. I'm going to put in our level 2 coil guns and a laser. So this is a mix of offensive capability. So we've got 2 kinetic weapons and an energy weapon. I do prefer to go for energy weapons over the kinetic, but because our coil guns are better at the moment, we'll go with 2 coil guns. We'll put in a shield. We probably won't be able to put 2, and some armor, and this is the best we've got for now. And what should we call our glorious ship design? So let's call it the Doom class, and we will want to start to think about preparing a fleet of Doom class. So as you can see, they are slightly better than the sort of default design there, and that's why you should go for a custom design. So I can't reinforce that fleet yet, and I don't want to. I'll want to start building up alloys, and I'll probably do that on this planet. So I need to make sure that I'm getting some mineral income. Luckily this has got a lot of mining slots, so I can get some minerals. And our third colony, or our second colony, our third planet, doesn't have a lot of mining slots but has enough alloy districts. So so this will probably be my alloy world, and this will probably be my mining world, at least to start with. Cool. So we've we can go for better armor as well. Tempted to go for the better minerals there, but having better armor is definitely a bonus as well. So let's get our colony down. And we've got the Veil and the Shadow Gloom at the moment. So let's go for something like, I feel like we need to start with because we have to with our previous 2 planets for some random reason. So let's go for the, I don't know, the Doomstone. Why not? So they're gonna jump onto that planet.
Colonization in progress.
We aren't gonna struggle here for getting this system, because I just do not have the influence. So we've got another this contact event, and they are hostile aliens. So I might want to start padding out that fleet so that we've got something going on. We might be able to declare them an early rival as well. As for our primitives over here, let's see what's going on with them. So they are currently in a Bronze Age, so they are not too advanced. At the moment they've got stone palaces and primitive dwellings. So we can probably come in and take these guys on. 8 pups at the moment. They have some very basic jobs, and they will have primitive armies. So we could probably land our clone armies in here and do a lot of damage very quickly to these guys. So that would be maybe a strategy. That will give them a negative effect. So they'll have, I think it's stellar shock or something like that. Essentially, they'll be completely taken back by the fact that aliens have landed on their planet and destroyed them with what they think is magic, because science is advanced. But what that would do for us is it would give us a species that we can start using for organic growth. So let's have a look at these guys. So these guys are an Arctic preference, which means they do have 60% habitability on tundra worlds. So that means they could come and work on our planets, which would be nice. We might want to gene mod them in the future and give them tundra preference, or we might want to potentially just give them more habitability, which we might be able to do through tech anyway. And they would be a fine addition to our fledgling empire. So that is a possibility as well as conquest. And this is kind of like what I feared here is going on. So the alien construction ship is moving into this system, and will probably claim it before I can, which is really quite annoying, because I did want to take that as a choke point. But we will own this system in due course, so it is not the end of the world. Disappointing, but that's one of the problems that you come across with the sacrificial setup, is that you are sacrificing not just pops, you're sacrificing influence in order to get that little boost to your happiness. So I'm going to go for the better soldier here, and our construction ship isn't going to be able to do anything up here, no, so we will move back and build some mining stations. I wonder if I could just go and attack them. No, I can't attack them. Not yet. Oh, we've got an owl. An owl gate. Ooh, I don't like the owl gate system. I definitely won't be doing anything with the owl gate for a little while, because I do not want to bring through like the Grey Tempest or anything, and yeah, that would be problems. Okay, so we found some strategic resources. Oh no, we've got a severe shortage of consumer goods. This isn't good. So I'm gonna build an industrial district here, and I'm gonna build one on our new colony as well, so we can start working some consumer good jobs. And how much do I need? 125. Let's do that. Just get a few in. Ooh, that's not looking good. As soon as we're able as well, we'll want to get a hydroponic farm up, so that we don't have to work our food jobs on the planet. We can just get food in space. So interesting times. This is panning out to be an interesting little adventure that we're on. We've managed to secure another planet for our great Imperium. We've got a fledgling colony up and running with our clone vat and our sacrificial temple. But we've also got some adversity on the go here. We've got an aggressive hostile neighbour to the north who's aggressively expanding towards us and has claimed a system that is rightfully ours. So we will want to move in and take that system for ourselves. So thanks for joining me for this for this episode. In the next episode, we'll start addressing our foes to the north, and we'll make sure that our colonies are well established, and then we take advantage of our huge pop growth. So if you like what you saw, do give us a like or a subscribe. Leave us a comment if you want to give me any tips. If you want to shout at me generally, if you've got anything nice to say, then do it in the comments. And join me in the next episode, where we'll continue our expansion and the onward progress of the Shadewalker Imperium. Thank you and goodbye.